Hey everybody, out here at Laney's today, flying a BGD Epic. I will be on one of Mojo's Flight School's motors. It's a Fresh Breeze frame with a Polini 130. I'm going up to test the air. But today, I'd like to talk about aeromedical. It's something that I don't see talked a lot about here in the paramotoring world, but I feel like it's a decent chunk of some of the pilots who choose to fly paramotors or ultralights in general, is because as an ultralight we don't really need to pass medical exams, which means we basically need to certify to ourselves that we can fly these things. And just thought I'd go up and run a pattern and chat about that, about what I'm thinking about when it comes to finger injuries, but you know, any kind of injury. And yeah, this is just going to be a chat with some background flying about health, which I don't see talked about a lot. Let's get up there. While we're still on the ground here, some things to think about before you go flying. Your gear, the air. I'm flying equipment I've flown before. Today I was offered to fly an APCO F3, which I've never touched, and due to my reduced dexterity on my right hand, which by the way is not in pain, it's just straightening out a pretty deep cut, I decided it'd be safer if I just flew something that I've flown before. So BGD Epic size medium. I've flown the 130 Fresh Breeze here before, so there's no surprises, right? I know how this wing handles, I know how this wing flares. It's nothing new. Anything I can do to reduce the level of risk and the level of anxiety. And the weather here looks grim, but it's overcast at well over 10,000 feet, and it's been like this almost all day. The only rain is forecasted to come right around midnight. So nice weather, but I've also waited probably a solid hour longer than I normally would. So typically I'll do test flights, and I'll start those test flights around 5:30, and it's almost always terrible air, but I'll start them because sometimes it's good, and I'll get thrown around, tossed about. I'll come in, land, say no, wait another 30-45 minutes, try again. Not today. Today it's about 6:30, so I've waited at least an hour longer to guarantee myself better conditions for better flying due to my screwed up hand here. I would say overall in general, require greater margins. So more safety, more calm air, more familiar, more checked gear, and easier flying. I'm not going to go up there and try to do any wing overs today. Clear prop. All right, ready to take off. I think a big part of flying these things is expecting how it's going to go. And with my hurt hand here, allowing more time for everything to stabilize. So generally my takeoffs are pretty quick. We're not going to do that today. Doing everything by the book, nice and slow. Easy kiting, get it overhead, stabilize, easy power delivery, easy climb out. Okay, here we go. check and double check. Yeah, so here we are, taking it really easy. So I've climbed way up, I got plenty of time, fantastic conditions, good gear. And I just want to talk about decision making, whether or not we're fit to do this. I have a pilot who flies with me often, I won't name names, and he very often makes the call to not fly. And I think that's really admirable. It's tough to come out and want to fly, but it's way more important to realize that what you have going on with your body, be it mentally or physically, is something that you can't or shouldn't fly with safely. And I think that's something we all need to applaud instead of jeer at. I've been guilty of that. I've told them, "Oh, come on, it's perfect weather. You want this? Come on, you came out all this way." It's their call at the end, right? So we need to be more supportive. Laney's traffic, rainbow powered paraglider, left base 23 Laney's. And also, when it comes to yourself, you really have to be realistic with your expectations. Every bit of degraded performance on your body should, I think, in my mind, also be reflected as a degraded performance in the aircraft as a whole. So my finger's messed up. I have less dexterity with my right hand. Every time I'm doing anything with my right hand, I'm watching it to make sure. I can't really use it to bend. So I'm not flying in situations that would require a reserve throw. You notice I don't even have a reserve on this frame. It's a school frame, but I didn't whip out mine because I knew the reserve wouldn't work, or would be harder to work with a immobilized finger. And that's specific to my finger. You know, if you have trouble walking and you fly trike, you still need to tell yourself, hey, you know, in some situations maybe I can't steer today. And I think we all need to be very, very realistic with ourselves when it comes to that kind of thing. Laney's traffic, rainbow powered paraglider, touch and go final for 23 Laney's. Typically, I would be cutting it up really sharp to get down. Big ears, spirals. Not today. Messed up finger, messed up aircraft. Flight easier and safer. And make good judgment calls, I guess, is the crux of this video. Out of the seat early. Two. Be right back. So anyways, yeah, here we are. Oh, and this is also me specifically. You notice I don't have a chase cam today. More stuff to go wrong. So I elected not to bring it at all. Laney's traffic, powered paraglider final for runway 23 full stop Laney's. So yeah, that was a short video. Sorry, I did 2 circuits here, but it's kind of a somber thing to think about. We got to make sure we're keeping ourselves safe and the people under us, and we got to do that by being realistic with ourselves. So let's get out there and fly safe, is what I'm saying. Check yourself, pre-flight your body before you pre-flight your gear too. You know, sometimes it's just not worth it. Thanks for watching. Check out this flare. Check out these other videos. Likes and subscribes are appreciated. See you around.